Bosses sure do have a lot of nicknames. Let's address one of them now and talk about the meaning and origin of Big Cheese. Big Cheese refers to the most important person in a group. This person may be the crazy CEO of a company or just your lively boss, really whoever commands the most power. But as popularized by the late great Uncle Ben,
with great power comes great responsibility.
As your boss gets the power, you are stuck with the responsibility of not calling your boss a big cheese directly, because the phrase was often used in a derogatory sense. There are two possible origins of the phrase big cheese, and as you'll see, one is clearly more likely than the other. Big cheese may have had a literal origin. On New Year's Day 1802, US President Thomas Jefferson received a very normal gift from the residents of Cheshire, Massachusetts. But this was no ordinary gift. This was a giant wheel of cheese that weighed a whopping 1,235 pounds. It measured 4 feet in diameter and was 1.5 feet tall. Who was the mad scientist behind this gargantuanly dairy creation? Why, it was none other than Baptist elder John Leland. With the help of freeborn farmers and 900 cows, the beast was born. Not just any beast, more specifically the mammoth, as in mammoth cheese. When it arrived at the White House, the cheese was stored in the East Room, later dubbed the Mammoth Room, where visitors gazed in awe at the size of the cheesy creation. It's not exactly clear what ended up happening to the massive cheese wheel, although Jefferson's guests seem to have still been eating it a full year later. One story explains that the remains were thrown into the nearby Potomac River, but no one really knows for sure. But wait, there's more. The politically cheesy escapades didn't stop there. In 1835, Colonel Thomas Meacham of Oswego County, New York, gifted an even larger cheese to President Andrew Jackson. The 1,400-pound behemoth was paraded through New York before it was shipped to the White House. When it arrived, Jackson, like Jefferson, also stashed the generous gift in the East Room, where the cheese just sat for the next couple of years. When his term was over, Jackson threw a big party and served the aging cheese to anyone who showed up, which turned out to be 10,000 cheese enthusiasts. Despite the cheese's powerful stench, it was devoured in just 2 hours. Nevertheless, it was not soon forgotten. See, because the cheese sat for 2 years, the odor infused into the room. The smell was so bad that the staff of incoming President Martin Van Buren spent days airing out the East Room carpets, washing the walls, and stripping down the curtains. The thought here is that due to the weirdness of the whole situation, an incredibly strong odor in the White House, people sarcastically started to call the president the Big Cheese. If you're interested in learning more about some of the many truly bizarre shenanigans of Andrew Jackson, I highly recommend these videos by Weird History, which I'll link in the description below. The phrase big cheese likely originated from the Hindi or Urdu word cheese, meaning thing. In 19th century Britain, a common expression for something that was authentic was called the real thing. When Britain colonized India, the English language adopted many new words, including cheese. The real thing became the real cheese, which eventually morphed into the real cheese. In the early 1900s, the phrase migrated to the United States, and because everything is bigger in America, it evolved into the big cheese. This wasn't completely unusual, since there were already several other American phrases to describe a person of great importance. Big fish, big potato, big toad, big bug, big wig, big banana, big shot, and big enchilada, to name a few.